Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. Alright, a message was coming through for those of you who, if you are grieving a loved one, it can be a really beautiful thing if you are desiring to connect with their energy, or if you just want to connect with the energy of your ancestors. It's a really beautiful thing to take out something that you remember them by. It could be some china, you know. I have one of my grandmother's old china, so sometimes I sip some tea out of that and connect with her. Or if you have a cologne or a perfume that a loved one used to wear. When my father crossed over, I wasn't even that close to him in the physical realm, but I did love him. And so one way that I dealt with my grief was when he crossed over, I went out and bought a bottle of Fahrenheit cologne, and I keep that close by on my nightstand, and whenever I want to remember him or connect with him, I just take a little whiff. So you can connect with these items that your ancestors or your loved ones that have crossed over connected with, things that remind you of them and that make you feel close to them. And that's something that I feel Spirit is bringing through, especially now that we are in the holiday season, and those of us who have lost loved ones in the physical realm during this time, it can be particularly painful. So that's one thing that you can do to help process that grief and to connect with them, and just to honor your ancestors as well. Okay? All right, let's go ahead. I hope that helps somebody. Let's go ahead and begin with a message from the crows. Let's see what's coming through. Illusion. Okay, yeah. There's somebody who wants you to see something incorrectly about yourself. You see how that crow is looking at themselves in the mirror. So this is something about your own situation that a person wants you to see incorrectly. It's not about how you see others at this time. This is energy that they're trying to project towards you so that you see yourself differently from how you are. This has something to do with the words that you speak, your communication. They want your communication with someone to be off. I'm getting that there's somebody who wants you to see a connection that you have with someone in a different light, because you think that you are in a different frequency than where you really are. 3:33 on the timer. This is a third party, someone who wants into your life. They want in on your family life, your connection that you currently are nurturing. Especially if there's a romantic interest that you are connecting with or building with or getting to know, or perhaps it's somebody that you've been with for a long time. But there's someone who's projecting energy. This is a person who works with energy. Okay? They're not new to this. And so they want you to see yourself as out of sync with someone, or they want you to feel like you're not in an appropriate place or time in your life to connect with someone. 4:44 on the timer. And so they want you to have strife and tension with someone in your life because of this. This person that's doing this, they don't want you to be at peace and love. They don't want you to be at peace in your connections. Now, This feels like a shift that's happened, because this energy is not coming from the same person that perhaps it used to come from. If you have experienced strife or combative energy from someone, it's not from this same person that's been coming up against you. It's someone that they know. There's been a shift of energy. This person is trying to exert dominance over you, and they've done this in a past life. I'm getting a whole download, so I can just tell you right now that not everything in this reading is going to come from the cards. Some of it is going to come directly from the divine, okay? If this reading is for you, there has been a group that has been attacking you, attacking your energy. There was a ringleader who was presenting themselves as your main enemy. And you may have felt for a long time that that person was trying to exert dominance over you, and they were. But they were kind of like the person on the front line. They're the person that this group presented as the ringleader. But there's been a shift. That person has run out of energy because they've been exposed. They're no longer able to confront you. They're tired. They're worn out. I'm hearing they got out of line. They got out of line. They didn't keep in sync, in step, in tune with the rest of the group. Now, for some of you, this group is a coven. For some of you, this group is a cult. For some of you, this group is a nosy group of neighbors or co-workers, okay? Family members that are toxic as hell. It depends. Okay, so your situation, whatever applies, whatever resonates, that is the group, the cult or the coven that has come up against you. Could be family, friends, neighbors, co-workers, whatever, okay? But whoever this reading is for, within this group there was heavy manipulation. Dark chaos magic that they worked together to send your way. The person who was chosen to be front and center and present themselves as your enemy, they developed way too many demonic attachments. They have lost their mental balance, and so they were not able to keep their cool as they confronted you and tried to take you down. They've been exposed. There's something that you did or said where you let them know that you knew who they are and that you knew what they were doing. They can't take that. It's too much. They tried to come up against you and they weren't able to withstand your energy, your power, your connection to the divine. 9/11 on the timer. This person is in a very bad way right now. It's almost as if they have just rendered themselves defeated. This particular person who was considering themselves your main enemy, they're the ones who are like front and center. Yeah, they're either in jail right now. I'm hearing they're awaiting trial. For some of you, they are in physical jail. And for some of you, the divine has sat them on their ass. And they are, it's like they look like this, but spiritually. So they can't do anything. They can't combat you anymore. For some of you, This person has been checked into a mental psych ward, okay? They are not able physically to come against you anymore. And this is because they didn't play it cool. That's what I'm hearing, like from the other members of the group. They didn't play it cool. They didn't play it safe. They all had a desire to siphon your energy from you. And they all were assigned a role based on their psychic abilities, based on their background, their history with you. The name Ruth is coming through. And I had to, because I've heard that name all day. Ruth. It's come through multiple times today. And some of you might remember I've spoken about Rosemary's Baby before. I love that movie. But I had to check. There is a character in Rosemary's Baby which has a lot to do with satanic cults and psychic manipulation and all of that. There is a member of the cast. Her real name is Ruth Gordon, but in the movie she's Minnie Castevet, I believe. But she is a nosy neighbor who worked against the main character Rosemary, and she's a member of this cult who worked against Rosemary to manipulate her and to I won't tell you the whole movie plot, so in case you watch it, it's a classic, it's an old film, but I love it. I love it. And so that name has kept coming through. And Ruth happens to rhyme with truth. Okay? There's some sort of truth that you have spoken. There's some sort of truth that has come out about whoever was in this group who was trying to manipulate you. But in particular, there's one person who was front and center, okay? And they can't take it anymore. They stepped out of line. They didn't play it safe. They didn't play it cool. They got way too attached to the outcome of what would happen to you. And so they've been ousted by the rest of this group. Okay? They have done things that were illegal. They have gone way too far. And so now they're being held captive, whether this is within a psych ward or spiritually they're being held captive or in jail. But they can't get to you. So you may have noticed that they've gone quiet. Enjoy the silence for whatever reason that they're being quiet. Just enjoy the silence. Because what I'm getting is that this person they deserve getting exposed. They needed to be exposed because they confronted you and combated you for way too long. They stalked you. But there's another energy who's coming through with this dark psychic energy and manipulation. Who is this energy that's coming through now with this dominance? Okay, now an Empress. This could be who's trying you, or it could be you. Yeah. You're coming through as the Empress, but there's someone whose energy is coming through as the Devil that's trying to manipulate you. And this Devil is the true head of this cult, of this coven, of this group. They're the ones who are truly addicted to your energy. You see this other person who fell by the wayside, who couldn't handle their task of trying to dominate you? They were doing what they were doing because they were assigned to do that. But the true person behind all of this it's almost as if they're Satan himself. And I see how that came through, Satan himself. What I'm getting is that, at least what's coming through in this reading, and whoever this reading is for, your dominant energy is feminine. So whether you consider yourself female, non-binary, or male, your dominant energy that radiates to the world around you is feminine. So for a lot of you, you are a female, okay? This person who is trying to dominate you now is a male. Tell us more about this energy, Spirit. They've been hiding, and they've been hiding through this other energy who is now in the shadows. They couldn't handle your energy. They've been knocked out. They couldn't handle it. Tell us more about this energy that's trying to dominate the collective. Rescuer on the fence. Assumes that the rescued will reciprocate. Keeps the rescued one needy. Yeah, they want you needy. This person wants to put you in a position where you would need to be rescued. And you would need to be rescued because you allowed them to dominate you. I've been getting this, that this person who's trying to come at you now, the only reason they're coming at you now is because the person they sent to come for you couldn't take your energy. They've been defeated. We're in the 16th minute, so that person has experienced a complete and total tower. What else about this energy that's trying to dominate? Yeah, they're a trickster. They're full of tricks. They want to present themselves as an angel because they see you in that light. This person may have aligned themselves with a religion, or they may be a man of the cloth. They may be a priest. They may be a minister. They may be a rabbi. But they have worked really, really hard to appear as someone who is a hero. Now, what I'm getting from this with hero, and I don't want to say it because I don't want to trigger anything, but this person does not live like a man of the cloth. They are not holy. The only thing holy about them is the holes in their soul, okay? They are very much willing to use substances. Look at that card. And I know what it means, but that's not how it's coming through for this person. This person is definitely in step and alignment with using substances in order to dominate others. They see you as an angel. They know that you are a healer. And they want your energy. They want to turn you into a femme fatale. They see that, and once again, I'm channeling this for a person who is, you radiate feminine energy, okay? So no matter what your gender is, this is the energy that you radiate. This person wants to siphon your energy because of the fact that you are extremely beautiful, sexy. And it doesn't matter if this is the frequency that you intentionally tune into or not. You're just naturally magnetic, naturally seductive. It's not like you do this in an unhealed state. This is a part of your sacred feminine energy, but they want to exploit it. This person wants to exploit you. This person has ties to rings that are illegal. I'm gonna say that, okay? Yeah, a network. A network of illegal activity is what this person has moved up the ladder in. That's what I'm hearing. They were not always involved in this, but it's something that they have allowed themselves to expand in because they saw how lucrative it could be for them. This person might hide some of their riches, their wealth that they've gained from illegal activity. Oh, but it's there. I'm getting that this person leaves They might leave to go out of the country and do things that nobody knows that they do, okay? But they live a double life. They want you to be a student of this lifestyle. And they want to use and siphon your energy. This person sees you as a gold mine. Yeah. They want to turn a queen into this. I'm getting that they see you as a cash cow. They see you as a gold mine. I said gold mined. They know that your mind is golden, but also a gold mine where you could earn so much money. And that's not, I hope that that doesn't offend you, but this is what's coming through. This is how this person sees you. They are dark, they are evil, and they have had this type of relationship with you in a past life where they have completely dominated you. There's a movie that's coming through. I mentioned it before, but it's 12 Years a Slave. And it's the relationship between Epps, who is the enslaver, the plantation owner, and Patsy, who is an enslaved woman. He is obsessed with her. He is obsessed with her sexual energy. And he is extremely abusive towards her. And then to add insult to injury, to add insult to energy, to add insult to injury, Epps, who is this man who is completely obsessed with her, he has a wife, okay? And of course she is completely pissed all the time that he lusts after this woman who doesn't even want him. But he forces himself on her because he is dark, he is demented, and he is evil. And all he wants to do is dominate her. So for you, there could be this 2222 on the timer. Yeah, there's an obsession here that this person has with uniting with you physically. This is coming through loud and strong. This is what they want. They have so much lustful energy for you. But once again, and that's what, if in your situation, you might find that this person who wants to dominate you, they are attached to someone who's like obsessed with you because they don't want their lover wanting you, right? But they don't even stop to think to themselves that they don't want you in a beautiful, wholesome way to be a true lover. Ultimately, they want you in an illegal network of trafficking, and they want to turn you into this. What's to be jealous of? But this has gone on for lifetimes. And so in this situation, show me about the third party here, who actually isn't the third party. They're the person's, it could be their wife or girlfriend, okay? But they see you as the third party. Yeah. There could be Cancerian energy here. Somebody is very, very driven in this situation to try to gain balance, because they know that with the Ace of Pentacles here, there's confusion, because this person who is obsessed with you, they want to achieve an Ace of Pentacles with you, but it has caused so much confusion because it's evil. They're not trying to plant a seed with you that is wholesome and full of love and true opportunity, which if there were to be anything between you, that's what it should be. I'm getting that this person had an opportunity to have something with you. This feels like I really get the fallen flame. Like there was a time in you all's past where you were high vibe together. This person who now is obsessed with dominating you. but they have fallen from grace. And in this lifetime, this person had an opportunity to, look, I'm seeing just the title of this deck, Tangled Love. They had an opportunity to untangle this love situation where they could have entered a healthy union with you, but they chose not to. They chose to remain in alignment with karmic timelines. And so they gave up any opportunity that they had to make amends with you and to have this true Ace of Pentacles with you. Now, because of their desire and obsession with dominating you, all they're doing is causing chaos and confusion, doubt. And they think that people don't see what they're doing. They think that you don't see their true intentions. But you know. If you didn't know it, you could feel it. There's something very dark about this person. Yeah, this is truth. If this is something that you have been curious about, someone around you who just feels dark, but they present themselves as very wholesome and the community person, but when you get around them, you just feel this darkness. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's coming through. Yeah, this person, okay, also what I'm getting is that there's a lot that happened in this person's childhood that has led to their obsession with you. Not only y'all's past lifetimes together where they dominated you and they want to repeat that cycle again in this lifetime, but also in their childhood, this person experienced a lot of neglect. Look, this child is all by himself. So there was a lot of pain, a lot of neglect, and potentially a lot of abuse. And so that is one reason why this person spends so much time thinking about you, pondering about you. They spend so much of their imaginative effort. Look, they're committing fraud in order to do this. This person has used other people in this community, in this cult, in this coven, in this family group, in this group of neighbors, whoever it is in your situation. They have used the energy of other people to commit fraud against you, trying to use your name and your information to siphon your energy. The whole goal was to wear you down, to put you in a state where you would succumb to their dominance. Tell us more about this, Spirit. This person is avoidant. If you notice that they have been avoiding you, it's because they can feel the truth coming out. They can feel that you are tuned in to the truth. They see you content, living in happiness and gratitude. Ooh, and that just makes them want you even more. Because they want your good energy. They want your divine connection. What else, Spirit? Yeah, this could be a Cancer. You could be a Cancerian, or this person could be a Cancerian. Their goal is emotional manipulation. That's what they want to do to you. They want to emotionally manipulate you. And I'm getting that whoever this is that they're in a union with, whether it's a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, or if this is their wife, okay, or lover, whatever. There is so much emotional manipulation that goes back and forth within that pair that they thought that they would easily be able to transfer that energy over to you. This person is very used to manipulating other people. They have this, you know, that je ne sais quoi, that quality about them that they come around and people just kind of like melt. You know, they're the type that when you talk to them, they'll like look through you, right? They've got all the mechanics down pat of how to overpower a person, how to make them melt. I'm getting that, especially if this is a masculine energy, that this person makes women will take off their panties for them. Just like that. And they thought that that was going to work on you. But I'm also getting that there's been energetic manipulation with this as well. So they really thought that it was going to be easy. Okay. This person, I get excited, y'all. Okay, this person comes across very like cool, very calm, very in a way like stoic, so very sexy, and a lot of people are attracted to them, but in truth they're very guarded because they have so many secrets. I'm seeing that behind that door, they have so many secrets. This person has so much to hide. And what I'm getting here, because we've got, ooh, DTF is on this guy's shirt. Okay. It says player there, and there's a rainbow behind them. I would not be surprised if this person experiments sexually. Okay. So they have a lot of experiences with people, and I'm not getting that they're very picky either. Look, he's like, call me. But this person, they don't ever have to chase anyone, because like I said, they have that sense about them. They come across very sexy, and so they can reel in just about anybody, and they assumed that they'd be able to do that to you. They assumed. Especially since in a past life they were able to manipulate you. Right? Oh, but source. See, there's a wall between you and this person. And it's called divinity. And they have not been able to break down your walls. Yeah, there could be Leo energy here. I get that there's a Leo that was working on this person's behalf to do magic to try to control you. Let's take a look at what type of workings this person may have been using or paying for in order to attract you. Curse, okay. Whatever it is they've been doing, they have cursed their entire bloodline. It's a done deal, okay? They did too much. Because not only did they come for you, but they used other people to come for you. They established a whole ring of nonsense and evil to try to manipulate your energy so that you could make money for them. They did not want to only earn money from, well, earn. It's not earning when you force somebody to do things against their will. They're not earning shit, okay? But they wanted to gain wealth because of you and through you and your actual energy. They wanted to siphon your natural abundance. And they also wanted to siphon your sacred energy so that their dark, chaotic workings would be more powerful. It's disgusting because they wanted to use you. I'm hearing they wanted to use you up on every layer, every level, every layer, 33 on the timer. And they built an entire network in order to be able to do this. Now what I'm getting, because remember that other energy came through that's now in 8 of Swords that they can't use anymore. This was a fake. This was a phony. This was somebody who tried to emulate you. Every feminine energy in this person's life is trying to be like you. But they've ruined themselves with this because what they've done is they've succumbed to a whole bunch of Jezebels. I mean, just because they're in a cult and or a coven together doesn't mean that they weren't combating each other. There was nothing but aggression and tension and strife. False prophecies, messages or guidance that mislead or mislead or misdirect, causing confusion and derailment from one's true path. You know what I'm getting is that this person was getting readings done on you. They had high priests and high priestesses doing workings on you that went completely left. Those readings that they were getting done on you were so false. They had, I'm getting between 1 and 3 people who actually told them the truth. which was that you are chosen and they never should have messed with you. And I'm getting that those 1 to 3 people spoke, when they spoke the truth, they spoke it without any sort of hesitation. So this person was warned, but they also received a whole bunch of false prophecies. People telling them, yes, I can handle this. I can take them out. I can turn them into a zombie so they'll come and say, what do you want? What do you want from me? You know, turning you into somebody who couldn't even think straight. That's what they wanted. They wanted to transform you into a person, wear you down into a being that had no idea if you were coming or going. And this is a person who was willing to do this with the help of substances as well. So if you are still in connection with this person, don't drink their drinks, don't eat their food. Ritual of the unseen hand. Dark magic intended to work secretly, manipulating situations or people from behind the scenes without being detected. Exactly, that's what they wanted. And you know what? Now that that Ace of Swords is out here, and they know that you know, and how they know that you know could differ. For some of you, they could be getting readings done and they actually know. That Ace of Swords popped up in a reading and they know, oh, they know what you're doing. They know who you really are. Or perhaps you have spoken out about something, you have said something that has let them in on the fact that you are aware of who they truly are. But see, this is the cult leader. So there was a ringleader, and that's the person that has been combating you all along. They're in the shadows now. They're done. Okay? They're done. They couldn't take it. And that's because that person went on their own little trek and used their own energy trying to play with magic that they didn't understand, summoning demons and all kinds of energies that they had no clue what they were doing with. And they're worn out. I've just heard they have expired. Now, whether that means that they have physically transitioned, it doesn't necessarily mean that, especially for all of you. But for some of you, this person has physically transitioned, but for some of you, this person has just come to the end of themselves and they are no longer able to utilize the energy. 3737 on the timer. That's 1010. It's a done deal. It's a wrap. Okay. And you know what's kind of nasty though, is that this person who is the true cult leader, they use this person until they couldn't be used anymore. And see, I keep getting something so significant about that 12 years a slave. This person is genuinely, like, spiritually, they are an enslaver. So that's what they want to do. I mean, I'm getting that this person could be involved in a trafficking network. So they have no problem using people until they can't be used anymore. That's what they do. And so this person who they supposedly took under their wing and was in their cult or in their coven or whatever, they were supposed to look out for them. But they let this person do all of this ritual work until now they're no good anymore. But I mean, see, on a human level, I find that surprising, because when you take someone under your wing, when they're in your tribe, you're supposed to at least not be, not use them, don't use them, don't abuse them. But this is not a regular tribe. This is a cult, an evil cult. Rituals of eternal struggle, which is exactly what they wanted for you, because they wanted you to struggle until you had no more strength left. It was all about bringing you to a state of weakness so that you would succumb to them and allow this person to dominate you. And so much of this was because they saw you as a beautiful empress. They saw your power of beauty and femininity and seduction, but they wanted to turn it into something so negative. They wanted to turn you into like the ultimate Jezebel. Ceremonies that aim to create continuous conflict, struggle, or adversity in a person's life, hindering their success and happiness. Exactly. If you weren't obtaining success and happiness with them, and basically funneling your happiness and success to them, then you weren't allowed to have anything. And kitchen witches. This person is surrounded by kitchen witches. I get that whoever it is that they're in a relationship with, be up in the kitchen stirring stuff up, trying to do spells and whatnot, trying to control them, the cult leader, and trying to control you because they saw you as competition. And so what happened was this cult leader surrounded themselves with way too many feminine energies that were overcome with jealousy and greed. So they lost control. They lost control. Divine, what is the guidance? Let's get some more for moving forward. Like, what else needs to be known, Divine? Yeah, this whole convincing lies. This is deep fake. Convincing lies, altered truths, virtual deception, seeing is no longer believing. That's the reality that they wanted to set up for you, was one that was completely false. So they have tried to distort reality to the point where you didn't know who was who, or you didn't know that this person was actually trying to set you up, or 4111 on the timer. They wanted you to have no idea of what the truth was. But see, that's the beautiful thing about truth, is as long as you give it time and you're open to see it, truth will always reveal itself. And especially with a divine intuitive being like you, it's only a matter of time. Yeah, speak up. Divine is saying for you to speak up about anything that you are, if there's some illegal activity that you need to protect yourself against, speak up about it. 4141 on the timer. If there is something that, if you have a platform and there's something that you want to bring to someone's awareness, speak up. Divine has given you the power to speak up and the protection to do it. Tea will be spilled. It has been spilled and it will continue to be spilled, because as long as there are demonic entities roaming around Earth, trying to dupe one another, trying to use and conquer divine beings such as yourself, yes, the tea will always be spilled. This person is being ghosted. Not only the person who was trying to dominate you before, they've been ghosted. They no longer have a support system. Okay, with all of these people that they were once working together with in order to dominate you and to use and conquer you. But also this cult leader. Okay, because I'm getting that, I see all of these women around them like, oh, what do you want me to do? And they were so ready to align themselves with this evil being. But now they're being ghosted because people are like, I don't know. You got some funny ish going down and I'm not trying to go down with you. Okay. Divine intervention has stepped in. Divine intervention is here. And you are a beautiful part of this divine intervention. Your voice, your willingness to stand, your willingness to go through this, and when you're ready to tell your story, to share your story, yeah, and you're speaking with no filter. It's 100% pure truth. There's been a lot that you have healed regarding your inner child. Divine says that that's one reason why this experience has come to you, where there was so much energy within your inner child that was ready to be healed, ready to be recognized and acknowledged. Yeah, lessons have been learned. And I feel like a lot of the lessons that you've learned regarding the shadiness of these people around you that you have experienced, the depths and the lengths that they have gone to in order to try to siphon your energy, you have learned so much. And the most powerful lesson that you have learned, at least one of the most powerful lessons that you've learned that's coming through, is how powerful you are and how valuable you are. Because if you didn't know before that you were powerful and valuable, now you know. Because if you weren't a big deal, people would not have made you a big deal. People would not have worked so hard to be so conniving and so cunning to get just a slice of your energy. You're about to have a big break. So whatever it is that you work on, whatever it is that you do, beautiful being, you have stayed the course. And I am so proud of you. I am so very proud of you. If nobody has told you, I'm telling you, Trini LaShawn is telling you that I am proud of you. 4444 on the timer. This is your moment. You are protected. Have no fear. Okay, none of that chaos could hold you back, and it never will. And you have ascended. And you will continue to ascend. And you know what? I see other people ascending with you. Like, I know it's not on the card, but I'm seeing it in my mind's eye. Your wisdom, your strength, and your connection with the divine, with your spirits, with your ancestors, are all serving as this force that's lifting people up. And it's so inspiring. It's so inspiring. I am so very proud of you. Okay, let's close with an Archangel Michael. You know, we pulled the Ace of Swords, so I'm feeling his energy. Oh, look at that. Okay, so it says make a decision. This is 19, like the sun. Okay, there's a decision that you'll need to make about your success. Divine says to listen to your intuition. Deep down, you know what's right for you. But this is about your success. It's like the sun card, okay? Are you choosing to prioritize yourself or another in this situation? Accept divine guidance pointing you toward your own joy. You deserve it. So there's something that you're being guided to do for you, not in order to make other people happy, okay? And let's shuffle one. Thank you, Spirit. All right, we've got prioritize self-care. You do so much for others. This is number 24. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. Yes. You know, we can be so independent. So I've always been an independent spirit, and I love doing for myself. But in my later years, I have found that it feels so good to receive. It really does. So allow yourself to put yourself first and to do what you need to do for you, and receive some help from other people if that's what's required in order for you to have that time to yourself, you know? Card number 39, you are protected. You are safe within my bubble of light. This is Archangel Michael speaking. You can proceed with confidence. Ashe. Look at that. Take that in. You're safe in his bubble of light. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. And thank you, beautiful being. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this message brought you clarity and insight and support and good vibes. And I'm so grateful that you tuned in. I appreciate you so much. And I love you. And I wish you peace. I wish you joy. And I wish you so many blessings. Take care.